You know, I haven't even got a drink. Absolutely disgusting.
Rookie move, rookie move.
Oh, there he is. You're not missing anything, anyone, by the way. It's literally just a loading screen. Thought you'd appreciate the new logo on the starting screen, because why not? Why not, indeed. Well, this loading screen just ain't going away, is it?
Look that way, mate.
So, how about those school dinners?
Ooh. That depends what you're getting.
Well, something segue. We all know what everyone watching's getting. Ladies and gentlemen, hello, motherfuckers, and welcome to welcome to Fair Play Racing League. Here we are on a Wednesday night for the first Tier 2 round of Season 9, and we are at Shanghai, China, and it's looking like a bit of a cloudy start. Maybe if I can. Oh,
you.
I fixed it. It's fine. Okay, it's fine. I fixed it. It's all good. It's all good. Anyway, I'm your host, David Lowface, and joining me in the comms hot seat this week, it is the one, the only
Roscoe 1888.
Yee boy. So yeah, another season already, and well, I would say they fly by at the moment, but because we're doing shorter seasons, so that point's kind of moot. But we've got new drivers, we've got new teams and new teammates across the board. So yeah, it's gonna be a fun one. As well as we go into the first qualifying session of the year, we've got a few drivers obviously that have come up from Tier 3 and a few that come down from Tier 1. Who is one of the ones to watch this season then, Cross, do you reckon?
I think it's definitely going to be one of the guys that's dropped down from Tier 1. For me, it has to be Steele. He's definitely going to be the one to look out for. Another one of them is Ads, who's dropped down also. I just feel like Steele has a bit better consistent race pace. And I think throughout this, although it's only a 10 race season, I think that consistency can still pay off key. I think towards the end of the season we should see him definitely up there.
Yeah, of course. A people pleaser is Steele, and yeah, Collateral Ads is, well, he's in the Haas this year. He's got Radical as his teammate, and Steele has got TJ, and they are in the Williams. So yeah, it's going to take a little while. Although I think Steele maybe was in the Williams last season as well. So maybe not a completely new car for everyone. But anyway, we've got the first man on his lap, and that is Yorkie. And he is coming towards the end of it now, around the last corner. Foot nailed to the floor out of it, as now downshifts into third. I think Yorkie's doing manual gears, you know, as he obviously goes fastest with a 32.2. Diamond Douchey with a 32.2 as well. But there you go. That's the man with the pace to look out for. A 31.5 to get us off. And it's not too bad a lap there from Steele. I can't really remember what the pole times were in.
I don't think many
Tier
people
3.
would be shocked with that there. Fishstick's coming in with a 31.7, so Steele's not away with it probably as much as he thought he would be, but still 2/10 gap at the minute. But I don't think that comes in as some shock. It's probably interesting to see Ads here once he does decide to come out of that pit box. As I say that he is just coming out to go on his out lap. He'd probably be a good contender for Steele at the minute. But it'd be interesting to see how Panic End does. Obviously he was Tier 3 champion last season, so he's made the move up. He's just about to finish his lap, so see where although it's only a first lap, where it actually sets him in this field. 32.4, so just the bottom of the pack. The pack is very tight together. There's definitely more time for improvement, and that improvement will gain positions easily.
Yep, as a returning face as Revengezilla crosses the line. He is going to be taking the full-time Aston Martin seat this season. A little bit off the pace at the moment, but not as off the pace as this man right here, TJ. He's set at 1 minute 40, doing his best to make his friend look good, no doubt, as Monkey Boy looks, hopefully, well, he won't be able to take control of his car, because I think he left and the game retired him, because this game is great. Who have we got on a lap? So we've got Liam now coming towards the end of his lap. And in the Kick Sauber this year, the Vomit Green of the Sauber team. Around the last corner, just about saves himself invalidating. And he sets a 32.3, puts him 8th on the grid thus far. Oh dear. It's I can't see myself I really can't see myself lasting that long without a bevy, to be honest. And
well, you might need to go get one.
Yeah,
for old time's sakes.
Just for old time's sakes, or just for the sake of my throat. Look at this swaggy slipstream being given by the Mercedes drivers. Absolutely horrendous. Try hard.
We had try-hards.
Bastards. And I'm sure Silverside Boy will return the favour this lap. And Silverside Boy going to come across the line. Goes only P4, even with that magnificent slipstream. Yeah, it must have made a little bit of a mistake earlier on, but we know that the certain traction models are much better around this track than others. Interesting to see up near the front, no one yet matching Steele on a 31.5. Fishsticks with a 31.7 and Cruiser just behind him with a 31.7. I mean, that's, I believe, on the second lap he was on those tyres. Oh, there you go.
As you say it.
Yeah.
And of course, it just had to be Ads. Obviously, it's the two guys that came down from Tier 1. Are always going to show the pace in qualifying. Obviously, though, it does come down to the race. Big problem for Ads last year was being able to keep it clean. Getting punted left, right and centre. And that obviously hurt his championship.
Yeah, picking up the 3 seconds, never a good race strategy. But of course, you all know the 3 certainties in life: it's death, taxes, and collateral ads getting a time penalty.
Fuck's sake.
Well, it used to be 4. It used to be collateral ads having no ERS.
Well, to be fair, he did run out of ERS before the last corner, so yeah, I think the 4 things are still a thing.
Yeah, as we've seen a couple of drivers run dry on the run to the line. I think it could be crucial. It could definitely cost you a couple of temps if you if you don't have any energy coming out of this last corner, Liam's setting it mighty fine, and he's not going to deploy extra to the line. He just about gets across in a 132.1. And we've got a little bit of a traffic jam going on here towards the back. Speaking of traffic jams, did Silverside Boy give his teammate a nice little swiggy toe on his lap? I would hope so.
Not that I seen.
Well, he clearly did a bad job, because poor old Mongo's down in P13, as Diamond has redeemed a drink, a hydration for the both of us. Thank you, Diamond. Haven't mentioned his name yet. We'll mention it. He's in 11th. There you go. He's 2.25 attempts up on his second lap, coming through sector 2, nearly losing the rear on that right-hander. Let's see if he's managed to keep his time up. He's just about matched his sector 2, and now down sector 3. It's all about this exit onto the long straight, and you've really got I'll tell you what, you don't want to do that. I've got bad memories doing that on the last lap on Monday, as not quite slipstream from the Red Bulls, near enough, but probably no cigar, as Panic Hand, of course, right in front of his teammate. He's going to come round the last corner. We'll see if he improves to P9. He does, and Douche up to P7 into the 131s. So decent.
Must have caught the tail end of that slipstream. Still goes out for his second run.
Yeah,
but just under 2/10 to find. Should find that just with track evolution alone.
Yeah, as Piggle notices something. If you look on the top of Douche's helmet, it is a dancing sausage. I'm here for you. Maybe?
I mean, Douche, whatever you're into, like, I'm not gonna... Yeah, man.
Don't be sausage shaming people, you know.
You want a sausage on your head, you can have a sausage on your head, but it's just not for me.
So what I feel has gone out of fashion. The cursed dickhead. I think it's underappreciated.
See, I prefer the knob jockey instead of
Knob
dickhead.
jock. Yeah. The thing is, knob jockey can be like, you know, so what? You like riding dick, but if you're a dickhead, you're definitely a dickhead, aren't you? You can't be misconstrued.
Yeah, you can't be a dickhead. Like, it's, to me, that's just another word that I won't say, but I think you know what that word is.
Yeah.
You know, if you're going to say dickhead, you may as well go full out on it. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah. I mean, one of those words that's, well, the word that you're not saying is at least useful.
Yeah. It depends, like, for some people, yes.
Presumably half the population. Well, although, to be fair...
Well, yeah, but...
pretty much everyone minus Gary.
Fucking helmet. Yes, we'll say that, yes.
Oh dear, is he getting another swaggy fucking... Jesus Christ, Mercedes, this is hella teamwork.
I hope he dive bombs him. Oh wow. Right, I will actually look now this next lap. Will Gary give the toe back?
He says he did, but I don't know.
Yeah, Mongo has saved up battery and he's nowhere near Gary, so there will be something to look out for if he is.
Ooh.
As he gets it up to P2.
Ooh. And yeah, a few people have improved then. Cruiser is now in the lead, so a 31.2 for him. Silverside Boy just behind with a 31.3, and less than a tenth behind is Fish Sticks. And Collateral Ads now coming in after his second run. Obviously, no bueno on that run. So in he comes. He's going to go again, no doubt. And Steele, I think, has only done the one run, unless he's invalidated.
Yeah, he's came in straight after his attempt there. I don't know if it was an invalidation, just didn't catch him coming into the pit. So obviously there was something there that either say they're not up on his time or there was an invalidation.
Yeah, as Piggle nearly reverse cursed Silverside Boy into a pole position. He's suggesting that Radical... he has moved up a tier, but 144 doesn't seem quite right. I am inclined to agree. He struggled so far, and I'm not going to stay with him. Ooh, I'll tell you what, I won't stay with him either. A little bit of cursing as we'll have a look at the latter stages of Mongo. I didn't confirm or deny whether Gary gave him a decent slipstream or not.
He did.
Fair play to that man, as Mongo goes momentarily P11th, but then relegated down to P12 after Noah puts in a 1:31.7 to go into P9, as the drivers now coming out for their last lap. Steelers on his outlap, as is Fishsticks. So let's have a look. Dynamo Dan is not on a lap. It's probably an outlap, but it doesn't tell you. We know Noah's in. Mongo's coming in. That'll be the end of his. Yorkie struggling, and he's
Out of fuel.
He's out of fuel. Is he out of fuel? Oh, he is out of fuel, yeah. I did wonder why he had overtake on. He's not going to get out again, I don't think. Not with 2 minutes left on the clock. As L-Dog taking the alternative track layout. Let's see if Radical can do anything. He's 5 seconds up, but he comes into the pits.
Yes, probably just for him. He sees no point. He's only 5 seconds up, not.
Well, the fact is,
12.
he could have gone again. He's got the fuel. He had the ERS. And that's it as well for TJ. TJ retiring in the pits. Not going to get out again. So we are going to have a few less drivers than usual in for this final run.
Fishsticks is right on his delta from his previous or his best lap, so it needs to be mega sector 3 if he wants to get pole.
So let's keep an eye out towards the front. Right in front we've got two RBs looking to give each other slipstream on their final flying lap. Fishsticks now out of the hairpin. And right on the final corner, it's go big or go home. Quick through the apex and across the line. Oh, just loses out by just whatever. He's a tenth slower than he was.
Still, he's nowhere near. He's already 3/10 down after the first sector alone. Claw back a little bit, but it won't be enough. So it looks like it's down to Gary and Ads to try to knock Cruiser off.
Yeah. And could Collateral Ads come up with something on his last run, as the checkered flag does indeed come out. The first man over the line will be Steele, and he's 2.5 attempts only down. So he made a bit in sector 2, but he invalidates at the last corner, and that is no bueno. He did make time, but it matters not if you well, don't do anything with your life. Anyway,
I actually thought it was a good day to go to the beach there, so that's him out of it. Crucially for Gary, I think he's up. No, he's 2/10 down now. He wouldn't have had a slipstream from his teammates, so he'd be constantly losing time down this back straight compared to his best. So yeah, backed out of it.
Yeah, Bretta's cool across the line, goes P9. Decent lap from him. His teammates 2.25 attempts up as well, as Cruiser goes faster still. Had a mediocre first sector, but made it all up in 2 and 3. The 2 Red Bulls crossed the line. One of them, panic end, P3. P4 relegated by Groundsy, who's pulled his finger out. So that is pretty much all she wrote, unless Lexus can set the timer boards alight. P5 for Lexus. Very good indeed.
From where he was.
Yeah, very, very decent late laps coming in there. So what do you reckon? What do you reckon happened a bit further down? Well, Monkey Boy 7 is quali ban that we definitely imposed on him for turning up more than 7 minutes late. Radical, I don't know. I don't know what happened to Radical, but of course Douche is in the chat. Absolutely claiming that for an RB victory in terms of teamwork, and yeah, by the looks of it, Douche would have given his teammate a massive tow if he had pulled out of his lap earlier on. So there you go. They couldn't do it all of last season, but this season, Cruiser, Silverside Boy, the old teammates, are fitting out the front row here in round 1. So we come out of qualifying now, and the time is 20:31, which means we should expect to go around 20:34. And for that very reason, I am going to take this opportunity to go and get myself a cute little bevy. So I will be back.
Raging alcoholic. So anyway, as we've got this couple of minutes wait, as David has said, it does look like clouds are sticking about for the race. Whether that brings rain, we'll have to wait and find out. Obviously, I'm not going to trust anything what the chat says after what happened to me last season with David himself telling me there was going to be rain, and me and Ads got so fucking excited, and then it just didn't happen. So I don't believe anything of what until I see it. It's Radical saying he's in the wrong tier. Well, that's your own fault for being a bit too good last season to get that top 3. But, you know, the way to get quicker is you have to race against quicker drivers. So you'll find out what they're doing. Try to copy that. If it doesn't go well, then there's always a wall you can hit. Find that's a bit more fun. But it'll be interesting, obviously, with last season's teammates, obviously now starting 1-2, obviously different teams now, how that ends up. Will there be some respect shown, or will Gary decide that turn 1 is going to be his if he can get the good start? See, I think Gary gets the outside line for round turn 1. Obviously, it's a snail section, so if he does get the outside, maybe get the inside of turn 2, turn 3, which could come to his benefit. And the alcoholic looks like he is just back.
Maybe. I don't know what makes you think that.
Like, it's just an alcoholic. Like it's not that bad.
Yep, as there's a drinks redemption from Steel, and just for that man Steel, let's have a little bit of ASMR. As he's asking for fuel. Fuel I honestly, I don't really want to tell him because that's like, I guess I'm telling everyone in that fuel is not a problem here. Fuel is not a problem. Anyway, drinks to be had. That one's for you, douche. Thank you, sir. And that one's for Steel. Bosh. So what are you drinking tonight, Mr. Cross?
A good old-fashioned cup of tea because I can't drink anything else.
Fantastic.
As we have no formation lap, so yeah.
Oh, all right, yeah, we're going. We go. As away we go. That really caught me out. Thanks for reminding me, as Cruz has got away very nicely indeed. Silverside Boy trying to look for the move, though. He's having to defend from the Alpine on the outside. Gary has the inside line. It's going to move to the outside line for turn 2, 3. Who cares? Cruiser still in the lead then. It looks like everyone has pretty much got around. Gary goes to the move into turn 3 and has to pull a bit of a blocking move there on the outside. No love lost from previous teammates here. An ex-Mercedes. It's, what were they last season? I don't remember. Are they RB, Red Bull, or?
No.
I think they were RB.
RBs, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it would work if there were like McLaren. Oh, I don't know. Anyway, these two former teammates. No love lost here as they're pulling away a little bit from Groundsy. Let's get the telemetry and the lap data. Now, one thing I do know about this circuit is the game likes to try and start you on the harder compound tyres. In Tier 3 we saw a lot of drivers starting on the hards, and here it is well less than half. Just 7 drivers starting on the hards, everyone else on mediums. Well, that's it'd be interesting to see how these guys plan on gauging their strategy as to what happens. But the first hard runner is Lexus here in P7, and as you can see, not struggling to keep up with the cars in front at all.
Looks like he's happy enough to sit in this train, as we see Steele trying to make a move around the outside of Ads. Ads closes the door on him. That's going to give Lexus a chance if he can try to make his way through. Just not being able to with them hards and not just fully lit up yet. So Ads survives for the moment, but with no Steele will come straight back at him. And obviously with the DRS already enabled after the one lap, that will allow him, if he does have that slight bit of a slippier car down the straight, then he should be able to get Ads. As was talk about slippy, Ads gets a bad exit. They might have a look down the inside again. That's a lot better of it. Trying to force Ads to go wide just doesn't happen, so it's all down to the exit now. It looks like Steele's a bit wobbly, so that's not going to happen for him. As we see in behind Dynamo Dan goes down the inside of Lexus.
They're nearly bump draft in there, but you see Lexus burning all the way down this back straight. Lexus, interestingly enough, has underfueled, it seems, as we have a change for position up front. Cruiser getting passed by Groundsy, so it's not been a great opening couple of laps for the Ferrari driver. 2 places down, and Groundsy sets the fastest lap of the race. Now Silverside Boy is going to have to pull his finger out, I think, because Groundsy is not going to give him any quarter whatsoever.
No, you can already see he's straight up the rear wing of that Mercedes. Crucially for Gary, though, he has a bit better on the battery. That's going to allow him to defend slightly more, but when it comes to this DRS zone, I don't think there's really much that he will be able to fend off with. Maybe Cruiser could have a little look as well when we get there.
Yeah, Paniken's doing very well holding on to P4 as things stand. A little bit all over the back of Cruiser. Cruiser looking to make a little bit of ERS saving in that middle sector that nearly cost him dearly, as Panic End had a quick look up the inside of one of the left-handers. And just needs to keep his cool and keep an eye behind him, because the guys are gonna be lurking. Collateral Ads is a man who likes to look forward, not backwards, but he's gonna have to look backwards here. Down the back straight. He's got the hot lap open, has Steel, and Collateral Ads has turned his battery down. Is he gonna try and stick it up the inside? He is. I dare say, bit cheeky from the harsh driver, but they're still side by side. No, he's pulled out, and Steel does indeed get past Lexus just behind, getting a little bit of dirty air and ending up losing out a bit of time there off the track. As it's all going sideways.
Panic End. Able to save it. The only thing he's lost is the position, which Cruiser might want to give back just to be a bit fair, saying that he did punt him. But we'll see about that.
Yeah, and Steel gets back past Collateral Ads, as these two are gonna no doubt ding dong all season, and Collateral Ads is really starting to struggle with his tyre temperatures. I think you can see it here, skating around these corners. Looks like his car is sideways more often than not, and he's going to really struggle on these high fuel loads on that medium compound. And now you know why the game tries to get you to start on the hards. The tyre wear and the tyre heat is immense, as side by side goes Dynamo Dan and Lexus. A little bit of a tap in the side as Lexus gets the slipstream on the cars in front. Is he going to go for a move on Collateral Ads? No, he's not. Ads is going to defend for his life, and nothing doing. Dynamo Dan just happy to sit in behind for the time being. Probably the correct decision as we come across the line for lap 5 of 28.
Yeah, it could be the right decision until two cars in front slightly get tangled up in each other, and you have to arrive on that scene with nowhere to go. As he's trying to look for a move down the inside of Lexus, the gap was there, but just it's back out of it. It is as you were for them too. He's still all over the back of Panic End with his overtake on. Looking around the outside, he's tried this once against Ads. It's a lot better of it. Panic End does go deep. Still cannot be able to get a good enough exit to try to challenge him. Officially, Cruiser, 84% battery, staying with the front two, so he's happy enough where he is at the minute.
Yeah, I think the same could be said of Groundsy, because Groundsy hasn't really looked to make a move on Silverside Boy. He is gaining. He is gaining across the laps. I think he's gained about 50% of his battery from end of lap 2. So definitely some not quite DRS chicken games, but you know, just a little bit of smart strategy going on here towards the front, and I think that's what you're more likely to see at the front of the field. These guys know there's too early in the race to risk everything going for a move that you don't necessarily need to make. As Steel nearly loses it out of the final corner there. Catches it well enough, and he stays on the back of Panic End. As well, we're pretty much in a very large DRS train up until the guys at the back. We got Radical, Revengezilla, and Bread is Cool. And Radical's just getting in the DRS of Revengezilla, and he's really struggling out of turn 2, and I don't blame him. It's a tricky traction zone to get down as he tries his best to wheel in the Aston Martin in front. And not too far back, 2.5 seconds, as Bread is Cool in the other V-carb. Envious of where his teammate is right now. That's Lexus P7 the front of the hard runners. Are we actually going to see any overtakes?
You would think so, but it just looks like it's, as you say, one massive train from literally P1 down to P17. There's not even a second gap to break it up.
Yeah, as a move for the lead happens, and Groundsy gets past.
Decided he was going to be last of the late breakers and just missed Dynamo down.
Yeah,
Not a bit lucky there.
Does pride himself being a late breaker, but not always to his benefit, as yeah, he is the second runner on those hard tyres. Obviously getting a poor start on them. They will start coming to him if they haven't already, as Radical is the first driver to pick up a free. Anyway, moving on, we'll have a look at who are we having a look at. Well, to be honest, they're all pretty much just so close to each other. We could watch anyone.
Yeah, Dan's probably the closest between this pack. Only 210s. Lexus gets a bad exit, but Dan can't do anything with that. So it's, again, as you were.
Yeah, and keeping an eye on this battle because of the difference in tyre compounds. Will it mean that he'll be able to still get better exits? Will he have better mechanical grip in the corners? I would think by now it's getting close to the cutover. As Reese in chat says, stream is far behind. Do you mean the
between odds and Lexus?
Oh dear, that's no bueno, not good. Well then,
that happened.
That certainly happened. Oh, as Groundsy's picked up a 10 seconds for a severe collision with Silverside Boy. And you notice the safety car picks up the leaders, but the front four medium runners have not pit. So it obviously came out too late for them to pit. Reese in the chat, if you could let us know, when you say it's far behind, do you mean like it's far behind the audio, or do you just mean it's far behind what's happening in real life? Well, I say real life, in actual gameplay. Anyway, it is intermission time, and you know what that means. Hey! He's back! Ronnie the Leprechaun, gracing our intermission.
As always. Yeah, Reese, that's just to do with, obviously, the time that time travel, fuck me.
Yeah, I blame Streamlabs and Twitch.
No way to fix that compared to if something you have to deal with if you are in a party with one of the drivers.
Yeah, 'tis what 'tis. Now these guys at the front are going to have to box again. They're going to have to box surely on this lap, front four. As Cruiser looks like he's doing the stupidest thing you can do, which is warm your tyres. You really don't need to, especially if you're going to come in this lap. Oh, one man has stayed out, and that man is Cruiser. Could that be a mistake?
Well, he has a good couple of hard runners that buffer to Dan, but them hard runners are going to come into play pretty soon once that safety car comes out. So, to me, I would have just took the hit there and just pit onto the hards and try to make your way through it. He knows he has the pace.
Yeah, unless he's... Thing is, it doesn't even make sense if you expect, you know, the whole safety cars breed safety cars nonsense, because the hards are not, you know, they can go quite far. The hards, they're not great, but they won't go pop. So yeah, it'd be interesting to see what the game plan is in the end. As I Am Cancelled has redeemed a safety car question. So, Mr. Cancelled, care to pose your question to the commentary team during this safety car? As I'll let Crossgree get a word in sideways.
I feel like I'm fucking sideways. I'll tell you that right now. For fuck's sake.
Oh, good.
In this lap, but yeah, I don't understand it from Cruiser. If I was him, I would have just took the hit. Unless he feels like he's just better off not being stuck in the traffic. He's going to be able to try to pull out a gap on something. I don't know. Obviously, it'd be something to look out for. But in a couple of laps, he will be having to pit anyway. So see what happens.
Yeah. So, with Lexus now out of the race, that is going to leave Fishsticks as the hard runner towards the front. Of course, he does have Cruiser right in front of him. As you see the difference in strategy for weaving drivers and those not. Little weaves from some, but most just not caring. As Cruiser around second to last corner. Zilla needs an invite, by the way.
Yeah, it sent him one when he left. Obviously, he hasn't joined back. I've sent him another one there to see.
Yep, so we've had our safety car question. Obviously, we have just got underway. We're going to wait for a quick break in the action, i.e. a couple of laps' time, when the DRS train resumes, to ponder that. But I'm going to read it out just so we have time to think. Who would win between Felipe Massa in an RB19 or Danny Rick in a Ferrari 2004? That is a question. The RB19, of course. I don't know what year it was. Let's be honest.
21's car.
Yeah. So the one I'm going to assume it's the second half of 21's car rather than the first half where it was pretty bad. And of course the Ferrari 2000. Oh, there's contact there between Yorkie and Panic End. I think Panic Ender's got some damage on his front wing. There you see it. He's missing an end plate, so he's tapped the back of the Aston Martin in front, and that is going to cost him across the rest of this race. He was going to hope to go to the end, but that's going to be a different thing to do now, as TJ is sat behind Zilla in P9. Is he going to make the move, as DRS does indeed get enabled on this lap? Is he back in the session?
Not yet. He's still been getting spammed invites, and obviously nothing's happened yet. As TJ decides to punch him out of the way.
Like I said, dirtiest driver in the league.
Disgusting. Just
yeah.
Bill.
See, look at that. I'll send that to Zilla later. Saying, "Oh, contact in the background. Panic End has gone round, and Monkey Boy has been collected as well." Of course, we knew Panic End already had front wing damage. Monkey Boy looks like he might have got away with it. I'm not quite sure what has happened there. But Dynamo Dan and Mongo fighting. Mongo doing pretty darn well up in P10. But Dynamo Dan is the first runner of those on new hards. And he breezes past Mongo as if he's not there. Also, the RB19 is the 2023 car.
Okay. Well, that further cements my answer then. As you see, actually, fish sticks right over the back of Cruiser. Should be able to get this move done with the DRS. Yeah, Cruiser back straight out of it. Let's fish sticks have it for now.
Oh, gives his gearbox a little sniff just for the sake of it. So, normal pit window for the mediums is around lap 12 to 14, I think. Are we going to see Cruiser try to eke out these a little bit longer? I mean, he's got to pit. If he's going to pit, he should be pitting this lap, and is it? It's tough.
Yeah, it's kind of one of them. You just try to wait for another safety car that kind of saves you, but I think it's already the damage has been done. He's already waited too late for it. So, to me, I just bite the bullet now and just go into the pits. You have a couple of laps fresh or hards, see what you can do with them.
Yeah, and of course, if there is another safety car, he might get pulled back into the race. As we've had a commentator or impersonator come in. But as we are going around lap 12, you can see Fishsticks having a much better drive off the Longbanks corner. Let's have your answer then for the Massa in an RB19 or a Danny Rick in the F2004.
To me, it's just both great drivers. To me, it's all down to the car. For me, it has to be the RB19 of Massa. Would have win that, hands down. Like, just it depends now if it's certain tracks, say for Monza.
Yeah, Monza all day, every day. That F2004 is.
But if you specify a track, then yes, the F2004 might win it. But most tracks, I would say the RB19 pretty easily.
As Cruiser nearly losing out there to Liam.
As the two kick Saubers, a slight bit of collision. Allows Dan to have a little look, and it looks like you're Peter Griffin now, buddy.
Is it me though? I mean, it can't be you. Your bloody thick Irish accent.
Yeah.
As it so happens.
Taking lessons.
The only thing I can do with Peter Griffin is a laugh. I've accidentally done a thing on my TV. That's fine. As the yellow flags. What? Why is there a safety car?
Groundsy hit the wall on the outside.
Oh, Groundsy.
Second sector.
Doing his very best to try and stay in Tier 2 for another season. As as we are now under safety car, I think it's about time we give ourselves that best Peter Griffin accent. If you want to do it as well, feel free.
I think my throat will be happy if I don't.
Fair enough. Mongo. Oh, dear. Yeah, working sorry.
I've heard worse.
Yeah, it's the only thing. As Pickle's redeemed a drink, thank you, Pickle, and he's also noticed the lovely little message we've left for him. As everyone, indie pits.
The Cruiser, he actually got quite lucky there. He's down in P6 from where he really could have been.
Yeah, and unfortunately, he's had to go on hards, and that means for the first few laps, he is going to need to be making his way forward, because these guys behind all on mediums. Oof. Liam going deep into turn 3, nearly taking Cruiser out with him. It's safety car, lads. There is no punterino in the safety car period. Preferably none at all.
Pigo wants to know, what is the sponsor of this week's safety car?
Well, there's going to be two sponsors. The first sponsor is who is your brand of tea? Because there's only one right answer.
I'll be honest, I don't know. It sits in a fucking like pasta jar. Most likely, I would say it's Tetley.
Are you call well? I was going to say you call yourself English, but clearly not.
Yeah.
You call yourself British. You don't really
call myself British.
Yeah, bloody heathen. Fucking Tetley. Jesus Christ. I don't even drink tea. I don't know that Tetley is piss water. This stream sponsored by Yorkshire Tea.
I mean, could be worse. You could have that big fat fucker Johnny Vegas.
Oh God. Done. And on this side of the comms box, we've got a Brewdog Lost lager in a tinny. As Pickle puts forth his opinion on people that drink tea, all I'm going to say is Nigel Pickle's opinions are his own and not reflective of the viewpoint of Fair Play Racing League.
Like, to be fair to him, he does have a point, but I kind of have no other fucking choice to drink it right now. That's my problem. I'm more of a coffee drinker, but I just can't.
Why can't you drink chalky milk instead?
Because chalky milk is disgusting.
Get out of here. You damn dirty ape. Jesus. Right, let's we need to know in chat. Chalky milk, yay or nay?
Just a massive no.
That's a big thumbs up from Nigel Pickle. Wipe your mouth, chalky milk is heaven. Oh, it seems like you're in the.
Sorry, I don't need to have fucking chocolate 24/7. And I need to put it in everything. Jesus.
Yeah, well, it makes me feel better about myself. Gives me them their endorphins. Makes me a happy bunny. As we are very slowly getting ready to go, as Diamond Douche is going to be the man at the front of the pack to get us going again. And you can see how much that earlier safety car really mixed up the front of the grid. Groundsy was relegated right near the back. Who else was near the front?
Can I just say this before we get going? Because it's going to be the only time either of us can say this all season. TJ is P2.
Oi! I wonder how long it will take him to get out of the way for his teammate.
Oh, before he even hits the line probably here.
Yeah, as we are getting ready to go, we'll keep on board with Steele as he chases TJ and Diamond Douche for the lead of the race. We are back underway. Still looking maybe for the inside and pulls out of it. Has a little bit of a twitch halfway round between the corners. As TJ stepping the rear out, and that's going to cost him some time. His teammate not quite close enough. As further back, it's Cruiser and Liam going side by side, and Liam making an early move on those medium compound tyres. It looks like he's had the better start, and is he going to push forward? You can't help but think that he is now on for a very decent result here if he can get those mediums working quick enough.
Yeah, he's definitely sitting in pole position for now. Obviously towards the end of this race it all comes back to these hard runners. They're lucky enough that the safety car have already had a good few laps of wear in the tyres. As we see, Brett is cool as a massive wobble. Who is that? Why did Steele? The guy's been able to get past him now for P3. But Liam needs to make full advantage right now for the next 10 laps before them tyres start to fall off. So then he has to lock up both fronts to make sure he can get that car stopped.
Yeah, that was pretty close, and it nearly allowed Bread call in for a move as Liam picks up a 3-second time penalty, and that could be costly towards the end of this race. Liam is he looking at the back of Steele? Not quite. Steele coming round the long turn 1, and Steele keeps him behind as further back we're having a bit of a ding-dong in the midfield. We've got Fish Sticks and Noah fighting each other. And now Fish Sticks' teammate for the season, Bidley, who I swear I haven't even mentioned this this race at all. He is now sitting right behind. He's on the hard tyres. Everyone around him on the mediums. And it could be tricky this first few laps. Just got to keep in that DRS and keep it going in a straight line as Fish Sticks still looking at the back of Noah. Noah maybe losing touch just a little bit, but catches back up in the braking zone towards the Ferrari in front. Takes a better line through there as well, and that could give him all he needs. But no, Dynamo Dan looks like he's burnt out of the corner, so nothing is doing there. But looking up front, we've got Bread is Cool side by side with Cruiser. In behind comes Yorkie. Yorkie's on the inside, and is he going to get the power down to get the position? It looks like he is. They're still side by side, and there's contact.
It's not really a place you're able to make a move there.
Yeah, I think the driver behind on the left definitely should have pulled out of that one. Got him at the next DRS, but no quarter given as the Williams are side by side. They're banging wheels. TJ hits Steele, and TJ now under pressure from Liam. Liam up the inside into turn 3. And is TJ going to get a better exit? No, he's not. So TJ down to P5. 4-lap-old mediums is taking Liam far, and that's not taking TJ far. That I have to admit, that's impressive to get a warning there. I have never seen anyone get a warning there at all. As Liam gets past Steele, then he is in P3 as things stand with 10 laps to go.
You'd say get past. I think he kind of used his punt to pass button there on Steele, and as if he wasn't there. You could just see the difference in the tyres at the minute. These mediums, the extra grip they have, so much better on exits. See, Gary's going to try to get P1 here and try to not let Liam take P2. It's just not going to be able to get it made in time. Looks like in behind, it's all side by side between Noah and Cruiser. Noah down the inside. Is he able to hold it? Are we going to see a repeat of last lap? Are they going to be able to make it? No, Cruiser does back out, does the smart thing, saves himself for another fight.
I'm not convinced he was the one that had to back out there, but he's actually lost another position to Yorkie, so that could do him in as Diamond Douchey falling down the positions. He was in first, and he's pushed Steele off. Oh no! I think there was slight side-by-side contact, and then Steele got a wheel on the grass, and he wasn't able to stop the car, and he just went sideways. Very, very unlucky there. I don't think any malice in it at all, but just a small bit of, not so fun tappy.
Just before that, I think we've already seen probably one of the overtakes of the season, with Gary sending it right round the outside of turn 1 on Diamond Douche. To obviously force him into that battle with Steele, where Steele did come off worse, but it looks like Gary will be ceding this first position for now. If he was smart, he'd try to work with Liam here, try to build out a gap to Diamond. Even if he stays in a DRS train with Liam, then, I'm not saying it, but we're thinking it.
No, we're not. Diamond Douchey up the inside, gets a 3 second. Probably quite rightly. He didn't look like he was that far alongside to warrant putting his wing in there.
Oh,
Oh, Gary. So, as you were... And, Diamond Douche getting it all wiggly on the inside as Noah takes advantage and sends it up the inside. Very good move there from Noah. And now it is a double podium for the Kick Saubers as things stand. Minus penalties.
Like Diamond's really struggling with turn 1. It's twice in 2 laps he's being overtaken. Seems like the car is not wanting to stick to the ground. Crucially, Liam is starting to make out that little gap. Obviously, with Noah's the only one in the top 4 without the penalties. This could be crucial. He needs to get past Gary now. He can't let his teammate get away too quickly. He's already outside of the DRS of Gary.
Yeah, incoming bottle from the Merc driver. As Noah now right on the back of the Mercedes, and I don't think he's going to have anything to fight with here. The ERS is burning, the DRS is open. I think Silverside Boy giving Noah a little bit of a wiggle there to let him know, I'm not going to fight you. I think he knows at this point he needs to work together with other drivers to keep up with the guys at the front. And what's better than a bit of slipstream? A bit of double slipstream as Liam sets the fastest lap of the race. And that was Bredy's call. Having a moment out of the last corner. Nearly did a... was it... Who was it that crashed there? Was it... It wasn't Verstappen, was it?
No. It was...
Or was it Albon?
What one are you on about? The one into the right-hand wall or the one straight across the track?
Into the left-hand wall and then bounced across the track.
Like that was Albon's one?
Yeah, anyway. Moving on.
Yeah.
Reminiscing about seasons past. I'm sure someone in the chat will... Piggle says signs. Well, I'm pretty sure... No, yeah, he's conceded it is indeed Mr. Alex Albon. Of course, in his rookie season at Red Bull, it would have been. So, oh, Gary, that's not where the track is, mate. Gets on the grass. Yeah, Gary is losing out to these medium runners then.
Yeah, looks like that's kind of it all over, barring some sort of miracle late safety car that he can take full advantage of. But at the minute, it looks like our 1, 2, 3 is kind of set for now.
Yeah, and it will be a matter of how big that gap gets between Liam and maybe at this point Cruiser, who is in the hunt for a podium for certain, and he needs to keep it clean and needs the guys in front to keep as close to the leaders as possible, all while fending off from his own teammate in behind on the medium compounds. And well, what do you do at this point? Do you let your teammate stick behind you and maybe use up the best of his better tyres, or do you let him past and, you know, hope he lets you back past if he can't make any work stick?
I mean, them mediums are going to soon start coming to the end of their life. You know, Cruiser's right in behind here. He sits where he is now. Let me just purely double check just in case. 3.5 off the leader, so he would get P3 if he just stays where he is. He can gain up a half second. Sorry, be P4 if he stays where he is. He can gain that half a second on the leader, then, you know, there's a podium straight away. So if I was him, I wouldn't be letting my teammate go.
Ooh. Sniffing the back of Silverside Boy's diffuser there. And he won't want too much of that, as his teammate in behind has a little bit of a snap on exit, but keeps it going. Is he going to go for the move into turn 1? And the two teammates are at it again. And Silverside Boy is going to have to yield, but he's come in contact with Dynamo Dan and half spins. But fortunately, he sort of corrects him, which was nice of him. But is Dynamo Dan going to have another look now into turn 3? No, he's not. And, well, that gap now, 1.3 seconds between Cruiser and Silverside Boy. And that is not what you wanted. Is what the people call no bueno. So,
Cruiser's all over the back of Diamond with his 5-6 lap fresher tyres. So, should be him up to P4 and just try to get this gap down to the top 3 if he can.
yep, and it's hard to see him not getting by here on this straight. Diamond burning right out, but Cruiser's got the ERS to match as well as the DRS, and I think Douche knows he can't fight it. So Cruiser, does he have the pace to match the wearing medium runners? We'll find out soon enough. We'll find out next time on The Muppet Show.
Let's cut the ad break. Crucially for Cruiser though, these top 3 are going to try starting to fight with each other. Obviously the tyres are starting to go off, so this is just going to slow them down and allow Cruiser to get right into the midst of this.
Yeah. So that gap already down to 2.5 seconds of Cruiser to the leader. Piggle voicing his opinions on those who use none. And all I can tell you, in my experience, Piggle, is you're wrong. It can be critical to save ERS at some tracks. And it is definitely worth doing around here, if you ask me. Not for long. Maybe turn 1, turn 2. You want to turn it back on to medium by the end of turn 3. I don't know what it is, the left-hander. Anyway, moving on. That gap now down to 2 seconds. Cruiser is burning. He be burning. And he's nearly within the 1 second of the 2 Kick Saubers in front as Yorkie takes the lead. Looking to emulate the early form of last season, of course, was the Constructors' Champion last time out. So, takes the lead and, of course, doesn't have a penalty. And that will have helped Cruiser, no doubt, because he, of course, doesn't have a penalty. Duh. As they're fighting at the front once again. And, well, it's now no longer really needed. The gap 1.3 seconds. And if they go like they have been going, I would bank on Cruiser having the DRS of the guys in front by the end of this lap.
Just went under that second, so it does look like he will have entered the fray of this battle. Obviously there's no pressure from behind with Diamond. It looks like we're a 3-way shootout for this win between the Aston Martin, Noah and Cruiser. Cruiser obviously going to have the better tyres to the end of this race by now. These mediums starting to fall off completely. He needs to try to get these moves done in the right spots at the right time and afford to leave it too late.
Well, he's going to have much better grip around this corner. And will he be able to make a move into P3 on the road? You can see Noah in front doesn't have DRS, and Cruiser is sticking to the inside. He's got no ERS left himself, but he has got the car stopped and he does have that inside line. Is there going to be a switchback from Noah? No, not quite. Not got the grip anymore in those mediums, and he clouts the inside curb and nearly unsettles his car. So that means Cruiser now P3 on the road and 6/10 away from a win as things stand. What a change in fortunes this would be.
Yeah, we were talking way earlier in this race about him making the wrong decision. of not pitting under the safety car. Well, I think we were both proven wrong by Scott's
Yeah.
person.
I will remind you that... Oh, he's going up for a move into turn 3! Is he going to get it done? He is! What a move! Really, I'll tell you what, compliance from Liam. Yeah, great opportunist move there from Cruiser. And I'll tell you one thing, he won the last race of the season. Could he win the first race of this season? I will offer you the pretext that actually he's got a 5-second penalty to serve.
I was going to say. So, yeah, no matter what he does here, it's not his win on. He may win it on track, but yeah.
If he kills Yorkie and doesn't get a 5-second for it, and people end up behind him, then maybe.
Notice he's already starting to play the games with Yorkie. Doesn't want to overtake him. He's wanting to leave this to the last lap, it looks like.
Yeah. I personally, I mean, would you go for a move? Do you bet? I think Cruiser could make that 5-second. As Bidley's out. Bidley is out. He's lost it between just before the final corner. I don't know what's happened there.
TJ with a slight bit of left end plate damage. Don't know if he was involved in that.
Oh dear. Oh dear. Disgusting. So we've got the deputy head steward making disgusting moves. We've got the old head steward making disgusting moves. And, well, this FPRL is washed.
It's in the bin.
Yeah.
Straight back to TTRL.
TTRL?
Was that not what it was?
TTL.
Yeah.
To the limit. Alright, yeah. Just over a lap to go, by the way. Did Zilla ever get back in the session?
No, he decided he was going to go offline. So he did after about 6 invites.
Alright, fair enough. He probably wouldn't allow him to rejoin as Silverside Boy side by side with Fish Sticks and behind. Oh, there's all sorts going on. I don't think Monkey will be too pleased at being forced out wide there. But he is going to have this last lap and a little bit of ERS to get going as the guys in front are fighting. It's Panic and Mongo, these two old rivals from the Tier 3 days. And it was going so well for one of these drivers early on in the race, and now they're fighting out for the back end of points. Of course, Mongo has a 3-second and Panic does not. And as things stand, Monkey Boy will also pick up points from these guys in front, having penalties. I assume no one's got more than 3. Oh, Mongo's got 6. That is going to cost him points. No doubt.
So here we go. Can Cruiser get it done? Needs to make sure of a good exit. He had Liam already at the start of this lap, putting him under pressure, going side by side. He's been able to fend that off. With the DRS and the battery, this should be pretty simple, but we know Yorkie won't let this fight happen. I won't let him away with it this easily. Decides to defend the outside. Down into the braking zone. Can he keep it, or can Yorkie looks like trying to go for a switchback?
Oh, beautifully parked on the exit from Cruiser. And he's going to round the final corner. And he is going to come across the line. P1 for the start of the new season. The Ferrari takes the win on track. Yorkie takes P2. Noah takes P3. And Liam takes P4. If there is a 5-second to be applied, that means that Cruiser will stay in P4, which is still a very good return. Personally, I don't think it's fair that Cruiser didn't serve his 5 seconds at the end of last season.
Yeah.
Considering it wouldn't have mattered if he won his race or not, he still would have been staying up.
To be honest, I really did think Nigel was taking the piss about Cruiser's 5 seconds, but the fact, yeah, he actually does have a carried over.
He does.
What a shame.
David, shut up, no one knew that. Well, even if he... All I'm saying is he would have had enough points if he had a 5 second penalty applied to that race. He still wouldn't have gone down. He had too many points from... I think he would have got 18, I think. Or 19. Either way, there's your podium for tonight's race. Cruiser from Yorkie, Noah in P3, Liam in P4, Dynamo Dan coming home with a very respectable P5, Fishsticks fighting back to get P6 where he started, Douchey having a solid race down in P7, Silverside Boy falling off towards the end, of course that penalty not helping him. Panic End in P9, and taking the last of the points is Monkeys come from the back to points, and that is P10.
I couldn't find him. See if he should know about this 5 seconds.
Yeah, but we can taunt him on it anyway.
Oh yes. That time of night for you, is it?
Yeah. Where's the kick? Oh. Cruiser 1872 started streaming. Your audio is not included. Ah, that's sad.
Better off keeping it that way.
Oh, wow.
Well, I mean, it's be hard enough for your viewers to understand you. Imagine if I included my audio as well.
That would be very confusing. You can't real time translate to 3 different languages.
So, looks like Noah isn't joining. So, do we really take Liam as our podium?
I don't think we can, because obviously he's on
Not on
Discord
track.
and we're not doing a Discord
Right.
call. So yeah, maybe I'll try that out next time. Do a Discord call on for the party so we can invite. Apparently he can join an Xbox party. Can he?
Well, if he's on PC, then technically he could. Whether he'll show up.
Yeah, I don't kind of know how that works. Because obviously we have him through EA Friends. I don't know. You might have to let us know how to do it, Len, because we don't know. Well, I don't know at least. What's your gamer tag? My gamer tag is David Lolface. There you go. It's on screen. Give you a couple of minutes. But in the meantime, Crossgree, do you want to take it away with Cruiser?
Okay. Cruiser.
I don't know. Include
first
audio.
is-
No, I'm not including audio.
No, I mean for me, I don't have the tick option in the party. But
You know I'm
Yeah,
using a
see
capture
stream
card, you numpty.
Oh,
Dum dum.
it just doesn't do it for me though.
Shush.
We try to throw something in a box. Jesus.
What?
Sorry. I muted him.
Okay.
Anyway.
David, you're an arsehole.
That's alright, because I said the wrong
I
person.
can say
Mate,
what I want now because he's muted me.
you know I've... yeah, anyway. Broke my mic. Noah broke his mic. Check my messages.
Anyway, as David checks his messages, Cruiser. Yeah, season 9 started off pretty good for you to say the least. Pole position, and then a race went on track. How did you find that went for qualifying?
Uh,
For me, it was a bit of a shock, to be honest.
yeah, I didn't expect to be as fast as I was in qualifying, but obviously it's better than how I envisioned the season starting, especially the last campaign. It didn't get off to a decent start, but no, I can't complain with qualifying in the race. It didn't look good at the start. Lost a couple of places, but when the first safety car came out around lap 8, lap 9, to say I didn't have any intentions of pitting would actually be truthful, because getting the hards that distance and just wasn't possible. The tyre wear's horrible in the front left around Shanghai. So lucked out, got another safety car, then it was just the hard tyres to the end. And what I did hope would happen did happen, with the mediums falling off at the end. So just bided my time and took the rewards, I suppose.
Yeah, well, if you want to say their rewards are 12 points, then yes, you can take them rewards pretty gladly. Um, it looks like, though, you did say yourself you got locked out with that second safety car. It obviously paid off at the end, because me and David were saying earlier on in the race that it was a bit stupid not to pit onto the first one. There are some good battles actually coming through that field, especially in the last 5, 6
David, you
laps.
cheeky cunt. I just looked down at my phone. I looked down at my phone because I got the stream on there. Subtitles not available. Smart ass.
And the prize for the first C bomb of season 9 is.
Expect it from the Scotsman, you know.
Yeah,
But seriously though, yeah, it was just lucky in the end for me tonight. But obviously, on to next week for the Hungaro ring. We'll see.
yeah.
We'll see.
That normally a strong track for you, or is that meh?
Depends. Like tonight, I didn't expect it to be as fast as I was, but I knuckled down and I really did practice for this one, and it paid off a little bit. So we'll see what happens for the Hungaro ring. It's a whole different track in terms of overtaking. Good luck. So qualifying might or might not determine that race as well.
Well, hopefully we do see the same kind of performance next week. So congratulations on your P1 on track. And David, over to you.
Thanks, mate.
Thank you. As
Yeah. Crossray, though, and you're getting away with it either, because I saw that too.
Anyway, we're going to move on,
5%,
because
you might understand them.
we're going to move on to Liam, who's joined the party,
And he's left.
and he's left the party. And Radical's
Stage
left the party. Why has Liam left the party? Crossgrey, did you boot him?
No, I did not. Didn't even put Radical. I love the way you blame me straight away.
Right, okay, well, right, I'm going to invite him back, and in the meantime, talk to Yorkie.
Hello, Yorkie.
Yorkie, very quick. Oh, can you re-invite him? I've got to turn Yorkie up.
Oh, I've got the speaker now coming in. Here we go.
Oh, God. Yes, so Yorkie up in the podium once again. It's been a good start to the season for you. Obviously, your qualifying didn't go too well. What were you thinking? After that? What was the race plan?
Well, qualifying went just as expected. I did about a lap of practice beforehand, so yeah, I think it was 16th or 17th, something like that. But yeah, I was just hoping for a couple of points, and yeah, for some strange reason, I found myself up in the top 10. I think there were a few crashes around, a few safety cars, obviously. I think it just managed to keep myself out of trouble. Yeah, was not expecting to be speaking to you boys tonight. that's for sure. Yeah, last season started the exact same, and then it fell apart. So, yeah, see what happens next week.
Yeah, and
Take the win. Take the win when they come.
absolutely. And so obviously you're going to be looking to. I'm not being an idiot in saying that you won the constructors last season, am I?
No, I did.
No,
Yeah,
yeah.
me
So
and Maestro.
obviously,
It's mostly Maestro. Let's put that straight. Yeah.
yeah,
We take him, don't we? We take him.
absolutely. And obviously, with a new teammate earlier today, it's going to be something you're looking for towards the end of the season while your teammate gets up to speed. Maybe looking to defend that title.
That'd be optimistic. Considering Zilla's probably had a couple of hours on the game. Like I said, I got carried a bit last year. Yeah, if we can get mid table by the end of the year, I'm sure Zill will get up to speed. Yeah, we'll take P5, P6. But yeah, keep going. See what happens.
Yeah, well, a good start indeed. Next week we are at the Hungaroring, as Cross says. How are you feeling about the track? Is it one that you're confident at? It does seem, at least in my opinion, a lot better this game than it has been previous years. But what about yourself? What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, I don't mind it on time trial. I think overtaking is always the issue. It'll never really change. But yeah, time trial, I think I'll be decent in quali, and it's just trying to keep off the curbs and trying to keep out of people's way. Yeah, sometimes other people, other people do not want to keep out your way.
No.
So yeah, Hungaroring's one of them tracks where, yeah, regardless of where you start in quali, anything can happen.
Yeah, absolutely.
Another points finish I'd definitely take.
Yeah. So it's obviously it's been a while since I've managed to interview you, so it's been lovely doing so. I think Liam is back in the party. Hopefully, keep him long enough to answer a few questions. But yes, congratulations to you, Yorkie. Good to see you up here again. And now we'll move on to the actual Kicksauber, which I was looking at. And Cross, if you want to take it away.
Yeah, Liam. Congratulations, P4 on track. Obviously, with the penalties included, promotes you up to P3 straight away. So, if I'm not wrong, it's your first podium in FPRL.
It is my first podium.
I was going to say. Qualifying, we'll start off with there. I can't fully actually remember where you actually qualified, but how did you feel that went? Do you think the pace was there?
P11 in qualifying. The pace, I didn't know about the pace. It was a bit of a weird weekend for me. Not a lot of practice, but China's an iffy track. We went in P11. I thought I had too much downforce, and then I think starting on the hards in the race got a bit iffy in bits, but we made it through. Started on the hards, played the safety cars correctly, and then I found myself in P1, and I didn't have a clue what was going on. In P1, that was, I think my best result last year was P5? I don't know, but I think I probably could have won the race, but obviously I got a couple penalties. It was a bit iffy. I'm happy. I mean, a podium is massive. First podium with FPRL. I came bottom of the constructors last year, so looking for a better year this year. Yeah.
I think you've already probably scored more than your constructors have the whole of last season.
No, I think I'm halfway. I think, yeah.
Going on through that race, obviously you did start on the hards, which allowed you under that second safety car to get onto the mediums. We've seen how much pace you actually had on the guys that were stuck on the hards from the first safety car. Just the tires, were they ever a consideration to maybe stop pushing as much, try to conserve them for the end of that race? Because it seems that's just what happened. The tires fell off just at the worst time.
So I think, yeah, just in general, I think at the end of the race, on them mediums for a long time, I think if you're like Cruiser, if you're pitting on the hards on that last safety car, that's your ideal tyre you want to be on. But just in general, I mean, I weren't too sure about the tires. I actually, at the start, the hards were so bad, I dropped from like P11 all the way down to P15. So it really is a game of like how worn they are and stuff, and the safety cars play into that. But yeah, it was. I mean, it felt amazing on them fresh mediums against them hard runners that stayed out. But at the end, Cruiser was just too fast. I mean, I knew I had to get past him right at the restart, and I went for it and got past him. But he came back anyway. He was 3 seconds behind at one point, but he still came back. But yeah.
Just don't think the top three guys were fighting with yourself involved as he was making up them gains. Moving on to next week, Hungary. Is that a favourite track for you? Do you think you can score the same kind of points this or next week that you done this week?
I mean, Hungary ain't bad. I don't know. I think last year, I think I was all right on the race pace. You know, I was up there, but I always just something happened in the race, and I just went to the back. I mean, I did all right. I think, did we do Hungary last season?
Not from what I can actually remember. I don't think
maybe
we
not.
did.
I don't know, man. But I've done, yeah. I mean, Hungary's not bad. Let's see what happens. It just more of a quali race, maybe, but you never know. I mean, yeah, we'll have to wait and see.
Well, anyway, congratulations on your P3, man. David, anything to add at all before we finish?
Nothing too strenuous. Always nice to have a new voice in the post-race interviews. So thanks for tuning in. Thanks for joining in. Well, as we are at the end of the interviews, there's just one thing left to go, apart from the sticker stream. So how are you going to do this tonight, Mr. Cross? Who is your driver of the day? Who would you pick from?
Pick from has to be basically one of the top three, I think. From Liam, P11, and he says drop down to P15 to claim a podium. Cruiser started on pole, came quite far behind after the second safety car and being able to take the win on track. But I think just because it's his first podium in FPRL, I will give it to Liam tonight.
Wait. Love that, thank you.
You heard it here first. Yorkie robbed. But yes, congratulations to you, Liam, on picking up driver of the day. And unfortunately, that is all we've got time for tonight. And be sure to tune in once again on Friday night, 8 o'clock, same time. It's going to be the tier 1s going at it. And your comms team that day is going to be Gary and Ads. Oh, that's a screen. I'm flicking through. The boy who lived. Yeah, that is all we've got time for tonight. I have been your host, David Loleface. Joining me in the comms box
with Crossgate 1888.
Thank you all for tuning in. See you Friday and good night.
Bye, motherfuckers.